What's going on, guys? Healy here, and today doing a little bit different video for you guys today. As you can tell from the title, it is top 10 starting pitchers in MLB The Show 18. I'm gonna be going over my list of the top 10 starting pitchers in this game. If you guys have a different list, throw it down in the comments section down below. Or if you don't like some of my guys in certain positions, tell me why. If you had personal experience with them, let me know. We are going to be starting off with starting pitchers. Then it'll be closers, catchers, and so on. It's going to go position-based by number. So, like, obviously, we're starting off with starting pitchers because they're listed as number 1 on the field. Also, I'm going to be showing you guys my stats with some of these guys. If I've never played with them before, mostly they're on this list due to seeing other people talk about them or actually facing them in this game. If you do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe down below. Here we go. Starting off with number 10, Jacob deGrom, the finest version. There are so many people I could have listed at number 10. You might be thinking, how is deGrom only at 10? He's the best pitcher overall wise on the market. To me, his motion and pitches just don't really do it for me. He's a great pitcher, but all these other guys on the list, I have had better success with, and I've had worse success batting against compared to deGrom. I faced him a few times in MLB The Show, and to me, nothing really fooled me about him. His stats really help him out, though, with the 102 stamina, 106 hits per 9, 97 Ks per 9. You can locate pitch as well. He has all the pitches that you want in a 4-seam slider, changeup, 2-seam, and a curveball. But his fastball movement, it was straight. And his motion in general is just super basic. And it doesn't really give them an edge. Fastballs in this game don't really do it. And his slider being at 92 doesn't really help out in MLB The Show 18. And also his changeup's 88 miles per hour. His curveball is 82, but throws hard for every single pitch. And personally, I just did not really feel like he should have been higher on this list. But he is number 10 out of all the pitchers in the game. Number 9 on my list, Shohei Ohtani. He has the best pitch in the game, the splitter in his repertoire. He has the 4-seamer, slider, curveball, and a 2-seam fastball. His curveball, 73 miles per hour. It has pretty good movement. He has 93 stamina, 92 hits per 9, 90 Ks per 9. His walks per 9 was a little low. Personally, I struggled throwing pitches with him. He was hard to control. One of the main reasons, though, why he is a top 10 starting pitcher in this game is his hitting stats. Against right-handers, he is amazing. 1 through 9 in your lineup is absolutely sick. Even against lefties, not bad. But he has 90 contact versus right-handers, 94 power. His lefty stats, 57 contact, 65 power. He has 69 speed. So that really helps him out with the rankings. If he was only a pitcher and he couldn't hit as well, he would be a lot further down my list. But hitting really carries him in this lineup. Hitting really carries him on this list. My stats, I pitched 2 games with him, 6 total innings, 4.5 ERA. I'm not sure in the 2 games what I exactly did, but I'm pretty sure I only pitched like 1 game with him. 6 innings pitched, 4.5 ERA. It just didn't do it for me. 4 strikeouts in 6 innings, which isn't bad, but I was throwing a lot of pitches over the middle, and I was struggling to locate fastballs and stuff. So his control, big reason why I did not like him, but man, his hitting, amazing. Number 8 on my list, Orel Hershiser. 114 stamina. He'll get you through every single ball game. 94 hits per 9, 84 Ks per 9. His walks per 9 is a little low at 70. His control is pretty decent. He has a sinker, a cutter, a curveball, a changeup, and a four-seamer. The main reason why I love Orel Hershiser is his sinker and cutter. You mix up both those pitches, and you are going to have yourself a nice day pitching. He has the slow curveball at 75 miles per hour. You can locate his changeup well at 78 miles per hour. And just all around, Orel Hershiser is sick. You won't strike out a lot of guys, but due to his pitch mix, you will get a lot of ground outs and a lot of outs from people not knowing where the pitch is going. You got this card from doing the postseason set. I'm unsure if you can still do it. I don't know if it was timed, but if you still can, I would recommend getting this Orel Hershiser card. I've pitched 9 games with him, 41 total innings. I'm 7-0. All this is online. 3.07 ERA, 0.88 whip, 21 strikeouts in 41 innings. 2 complete games. I'm pretty sure online I pitched a no-hitter and struck out like 11 my first time up. I wasn't going up against a too good of a player, but it was still solid. I'll take a look at his averages, which is weird. He has a .187 average, but somehow lefties and righties demolish him. I'm going to assume that stat is wrong, but yeah, Orel Hershiser, if you could get him, go get him. He's definitely remaining in my rotation. Number 7, Jake Arrieta, the Chicago Cub version, 2015. He throws a sinker, he has a slider, curveball, four-seam, and a changeup. The sinker is his best pitch, and it's amazing. 2017 and 2018 for MLB The Show, his sinker was unbelievable. He also has a 12.6, 81 mile per hour curve, which is nice. 90 mile per hour slider, which due to pitch speeds doesn't matter much, and same with the changeup. You're going to be throwing the sinker 90% of the time, or at least I do. His stamina, 98, hits per 9, 97, Ks per 9, 82, and then walks per 9, 79. He has 85 control as well. Hitting stats, not the best. In 28 games that I used him in this year, 141 innings. Hit a 3.11 ERA, 15-4 record, and 78 strikeouts. Just like Orel Hershiser, I did not strike out a lot of people this year with him, mainly due to throwing the sinker. And MLB The Show 18, you didn't strike out a lot of people, so strikeout numbers will probably be low on some of these guys. And that's just how the game was. But Jake Arrieta, he is a workhorse, and he was still dominant in this year's game, even with the lower pitch speeds. Now we're getting into some of the immortals. Number 6, Nolan Ryan. Amazing per 9s with 118 stamina, 115 hits per 9, 125 Ks per 9. His walks per 9, though, 55, and his control is 73. He throws a four-seam fastball, a 12.6 curve, a circle change, and a sinker. Fastballs, unbelievable speeds, but MLB The Show 18, pitch speeds doesn't really matter. His curve is pretty decent, and his circle change is actually really good because it's almost 22 miles less than his fastball speed, so you have to pay attention to that. What makes this card pretty decent is its per 9s. Your PCI is just going to be super small when using Nolan Ryan, but he's so low on the list, especially for being an immortal, just because his pitch selection sucks. You don't have any sliders. Everything is going to be vertical with the 12.6 circle change and the fastballs. You sit fastball and then slightly adjust to the breaking stuff. You don't have to worry about stuff going in or out. So if it looks like it'll be over the plate horizontally, you just have to worry where it's going to end up vertically. But yeah, if this card had a slider, you would probably be a lot further up the ranks. And also his control sucks. So you're going to throw the fastball, which will be nice. You're going to throw the circle change and stuff. But you will not be able to paint with this card like you can with some of the others. Number 5 on the list, Mike Scott. Yes, Mike Scott, very high on this list for not being an immortal. 91 overall. He throws a splitter, four-seam, slider, and curveball. His stamina is 103, 95 hits per nine, 93 Ks per nine, 70 walks per nine, 81 control. What makes this card so good is how great the splitter was in MLB The Show 18. You looked for guys that threw splitters, and it was his main pitch, especially Mike Scott's splitter. Amazing. You threw that pitch 80 times a game. I had a 2.34 ERA with him in 50 innings pitched over 10 games. I went 6-1 with him. I struck out 51 guys as well. The splitter was just super hard to hit. You could also mix up the slider and curveball with it to get some guys going after pitches. And you could also paint his fastball. But yeah, splitter, unbelievable. And this card was cheese. It was also banned from like some tournaments I saw over the past few months. That's how ridiculous this card was. Number 4 on my list is Clayton Kershaw. He got released November or December for ranked seasons. I think it's November. But he is an immortal left-handed pitcher, the only immortal lefty in the game, and the only lefty in my top 10. This year in MLB The Show, there are so many people in the game that just hit left-handed pitching way better than right-handed pitching. So it was not even like worth it getting a left-handed pitcher. I loved pitching with the live series Kershaw. I'll show you my stats right now. 19 games, 11-1, 1.87 ERA. All of these were online. He was just a monster for me. But I thought he was sick. He threw a four-seam, slider, curveball, changeup, and sinker. What makes him different compared to his live series is he has the sinker, which is amazing, especially for a left-handed pitcher, game-changing. His stats are all really good at 103 stamina, 107 hits per nine, 101 Ks per nine, 102 walks per nine. His control is pretty good. The speed difference between his pitches is nice, going from a 95 mile per hour fastball or sinker down to an 83 mile per hour changeup or even a 71 mile per hour curveball, which is insane. I only pitched 2 games with him. I have not allowed a run with him so far, and only 2 innings pitched. So I can't give too much info on this one, but based off the live series card and getting these juice stats with the sinker, that's why Kershaw is number 4 for me. Number 3, Luis Tiant. Now this card would probably be just pretty decent or like highly used if he only had the four-seam curve, slider, and changeup. But this card has a knuckleball. The knuckleball, the best pitch, most overpowered pitch in the game. And he has it. He throws it 72 miles per hour. To go along with it is 110 stamina, 98 hits per nine, 94 Ks per nine. Your PCI is not going to be as big. And also, 72 miles per hour, if you decided to sneak in a pitch, you would throw a 95 mile per hour four-seam fastball. Insane. So he pitches normal. It's not like Phil Niekro, where you throw the knuckleball or you throw like an 80 mile per hour fastball. This guy throws gas, and he has a decent repertoire to go along with the knuckleball. Absolutely insane. His price, 600,000 stubs. He was going for like $1 million for most of the year. I have not pitched with him. I've never owned him in MLB The Show, but this card is dirty. He is shunned mostly, though, due to the knuckleball, so you don't see a lot of guys use him or pitch with him, but this card is nasty. Number 2 on my list is Bob Gibson. He throws a fastball, a slider, a sinker, curveball, and changeup. 98 mile per hour fastball, 95 mile per hour sinker, 90 mile per hour slider, 80 curve, 86 changeup. This card does provide some troubles. The sinker, big pitch. You have a sinker, splitter, or the knuckleball, you are most likely a top tier pitcher in MLB The Show. He will go as long as you want him to go with the 125 stamina. His 109 hits per nine, 99 Ks per nine, 89 walks per nine, 89 control. Never pitched with this card, but facing him, he definitely gave me trouble. And he has a great pitch selection to choose from. If his slider was a little bit slower, then maybe, but 90 miles per hour isn't too bad. Pitch speeds in this game kind of hurt. So maybe a 19, this card will be a lot more effective or better due to the fastballs, but great pitch speeds on all his pitches and great repertoire. And my number one pitcher in MLB The Show 18 is Tom Seaver. This card was nuts. 116 stamina, 99 hits per nine, 104 Ks per nine, 95 walks per nine. He threw a four-seam fastball, a slider, a sinker, a curve, and a changeup. His four-seam is 96 miles per hour. Sinker, 93, slider, 87. Where this card gets good is his curveball and changeup. 72 miles per hour on the curveball, dirty. And his changeup is 74 miles per hour. 22 mile per hour difference between his four seam and his changeup. His changeup literally floated. It was so OP. So many people in the community complained about him. And that's one of the reasons why I thought he was the best in the game. I'm not sure if he got banned in some tournaments, but he was close. So many people hated this card and thought it was OP. 116 stamina, 99 hits per nine, 104 Ks per nine, 95 walks per nine. This guy could locate everything you wanted him to. He didn't have a bunch of 100 stats, but he had very high 90s, and the changeup pretty much acted as a knuckleball, and you didn't get good results off of it. The movement on the changeup was also really good. So that's why Tom Seaver is my number one pitcher in MLB The Show 18. Like I said at the beginning, let me know your list down below. If you disagree with my list, let me know who you would replace someone with or why you think some of these guys don't deserve to be top 10. I would love to hear it. Make sure you like, subscribe down below. This is Healy, and I am out. Peace.